Hello guys, Happy New Year! It's 2017 and I'm so excited to have you on my channel to begin this new year and to launch something new that's really cool. So we all have New Year's resolutions, we all have stuff we want to do this year. My New Year's resolution is to help you more, even more, as much as I possibly can. So what I've decided is that we've produced some awesome content on this channel and we are going to continue to. We've got heaps lined up, we're ready to go for you guys. It's going to be, you're going to absolutely love it. But one thing we haven't been able to do yet is, because the videos take a little bit of processing time, I haven't been able to be as speedy as I would like to have been in terms of answering your questions. At the moment you give me a question, it takes probably 4 months in terms of production and other videos to get that out. So I decided that's not good enough. So my New Year's resolution is to help you guys more. So I bought myself an action cam, and now every single week I'm going to be doing Ask Mark. And Ask Mark is basically where I pick some of the best questions of the week and I answer them in this video format. So you guys can get answers the day of your question in video format from me that I can just upload straight to YouTube, and you can get your answers really quickly. So I'm super excited about this, and I've chosen a couple of questions to start with this week. Now the first one is from Marine. Marine asked, "Hi Mark, I've become your fan for a while watching your videos." Thank you, Marine. Could you please explain in a little detail how to create balance between playing hard to get and being a little challenging, especially when you are the type of person who likes to live a simple life and maybe not hang out too much with girlfriends? I thought, awesome, great question to start the year, because you start a new year, it's all about you and it's about what you're going to do with your year. And you know, Marine's really onto something here, because guys are attracted to a woman who has a life. You know, she's interesting, she's got space for him to grow attraction for her, she's got her own world that he can become a part of, right? So Marine's hit the nail on the head with what's important. But have you ever seen that woman who, she gets into a relationship and she starts to stop doing the things she loved? All the things she loved. It's like she's giving up little parts of herself for the relationship. And I'm sure you know what happens when a woman does that. It's like she gives away little bits until there's nothing left of her. It's like she's given everything away, she's given all the parts of herself away, and there's nothing left to love. What Marine's talking about is the beginning of that. It's building up those parts. So look, you're absolutely right, Marine. Guys do love a woman that's a little challenging, and guys do love a woman that's a little challenging, and guys do love a woman who has her own things going on. But those things don't have to be your friends. You don't have to be this crazy extroverted person who's hanging out with people all the time to be challenging. I believe human beings were put on this earth to do things. I don't believe any of us naturally have nothing to do. We all have things that we want to achieve. We all have things that pull on our hearts, that drive us, that we're passionate about. Whether it could be anything. It could be watching Harry Potter. It could be dirt bike riding. It could be knitting. We all have things that resonate with us that we want to do. And I'm a real believer that everyone has that. So the only reason that you might not do those things is fear. And 2017, let's not let 2017 be the year that fear stops you. So just because your girlfriends aren't there, Marine, or because you may not be that social, and you might be introverted, and that's awesome. You should own that. It doesn't mean you can't do other things, other awesome things that you can still put as a priority above a man. There's no one who, by their core, by who they are deep down, ever really has nothing to do. Second question was from the Facebook, actually, and it was from Chloe. And Chloe said, "Mark, I really want to meet someone. I want to have a boyfriend by Valentine's Day. How do I go about doing that?" And I thought, that's an interesting question, because Valentine's Day is only 6 weeks away. So it's not far off. And my job as a dating coach is not to get you into a relationship. A client said something to me the other day. She said, "Mark, if it wasn't for you, right now I'd be in a relationship with the wrong guy." And that was as big a compliment to me as you can just about give, because my goal for you is to get into a relationship with the right guy. And that might mean being single for a little bit longer. So I don't like to rush things. I like to make sure my clients know about a man and know he's the right person before they commit. Now, with all that being said, you could still potentially find the one in as little as 6 weeks and be in a relationship by Valentine's Day. But you'd have to take a lot of action, Chloe. So if you were going to do, you'd have to start today. New year, step number 1, you'd have to meet a lot of men. Instantly, overnight, you'd have to be meeting 20 new men each week. You'd have to be meeting a lot of men. From those men, step number 2, you'd have to be going on dates. 3 to 4 minimum every single week. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, that's a lot of damn dates, Mark. I don't have time for this. 3 to 4 dates a week. Who has time for that? Well, the reality is, if we're being honest with each other right now, Chloe, if you were in a relationship with someone, would you not spare 3 to 4 nights a week for that person? Of course you would. We're all happy to give time and give it and give it and give it as soon as we're in a relationship. It doesn't make sense that we wouldn't give some time to actually find it. Anything you want to be good at this year, you're going to have to put time towards it, and dating is no exception. So if you wanted to have a boyfriend by Valentine's Day and you wanted to give yourself a chance of meeting the right guy by Valentine's Day, number 1, you'd have to meet lots of men. Number 2, you'd have to be going on 3 to 4 dates a week for, I'd say, the next 5 to 6 weeks, and then look to commit right around the Valentine's Day sort of time. But number 3, work on your own goals just as hard. If you took 6 solid weeks of action on your New Year's resolutions and it was consistent and it was boom, boom, boom each and every day, you would be brimming with confidence by Valentine's Day. You would be so in tune with your deep self. You would be the most attractive person you've ever been. So those are the 3 steps, Chloe, if you want to give yourself the best chance of meeting someone by Valentine's Day. Now we have one more. And this was a question from Renee, and Renee said, so I really like this guy, and we've been texting for about a month. We have good conversations, he carries conversations well. Recently we were texting and he hasn't replied to my last text. That was a few days ago. My last text though wasn't a question, it was pretty reciprocal. I don't know if I should wait for him to start another conversation or if I should first. I don't want to come off too obsessive or clingy, but I also don't want to sit around. What should I do? Thank you for the question, Renee. And everyone who posts comments. I'm so appreciative of it. I really, really am. Text him, Renee. Text him. Why not? We're all in modern dating in this stance where it's like we're too like this to show any interest, and it's not the way we want modern dating to go. Modern dating needs more vulnerability. I always say, if you are going to get rejected properly. If you're gonna do it right. Getting rejected because 2 people who like each other just stop texting is the worst rejection I've ever heard of in my life. It's not a rejection, it's just a whole bunch of confusion. So if you're going to get rejected, do it properly. A guy is not going to think you're obsessive or clingy because you send him one nice text. In fact, if I was that guy and I liked you, that would make me so happy to receive that text and know that my liking was reciprocated. If he doesn't respond positively, then he doesn't respond positively. You put yourself out there, you gave it a shot, and you can be proud of yourself for that, and you can stop thinking about it and move on to the next guy who deserves your thoughts. So absolutely text him. We've all got to be willing to show interest. It's just a text message. It's not, we're not even calling him. We're not talking. It's the worst form of communication. Definitely text him. Put yourself out there. Fortune always favors the brave, Renee. So thank you, all 3 of you, and everyone who comments on my channel. Thank you so much, guys. So it was Maureen today, Chloe, Renee. Thank you so much. I'm doing these every single week, guys. Every single week. So comment. I'm going to pick the best comments, put them on the action cam, and we can now do responses that day. That day I can do responses for you. Instead of having to wait weeks or even months for a video, I can do responses on the day. Cannot wait. It's really exciting. It's going to be a different form of video. Obviously there's not going to be quite as much of all the fancy stuff in it, but it's going to be real, and I get to talk to you guys one-to-one, and it's going to be additional content. So we're doing just as much of the old content, just as much of all the great stuff with Jamia. We got some awesome topics coming up, how to make him chase you, all of that. Plus we're going to have these once a week as well. So thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe and definitely post a comment, because that's the only way your comment will be featured on Ask Mark. So post a comment, hit the like, share the video around if you enjoyed, and make sure above all to subscribe and tell your friends too as well. Until next week, guys, this has been Mark for Making Yours for new Ask Mark segment. Happy 2017. I'll see you real soon.